You're doing it again, writing down the same 5 goals. Lose weight, save money, get organized, be more social, read more. The same list from last January, and the January before that. But something happens every February. Your motivation collapses. By March, it's forgotten. Psychology explains why, and it has nothing to do with willpower. I've made this mistake 12 times. I know how this ends. Here's what psychology reveals about why you keep failing. 1. Resolutions are emotional wishes, not plans. You imagine the version of yourself you want to become. Then, you mistake that image for a plan. But psychology shows a massive gap between wanting to change and knowing how to change. You write, "get fit," without asking why you stopped going to the gym last time. You write, "save money," without asking what feeling you're trying to fix with shopping. It's just a wish with a deadline attached. And wishes don't create habits. Systems do. 2. The new year creates false urgency around change that didn't matter in November. Psychology calls this temporal landmarks bias. Your brain tricks you into believing certain dates hold power. New Year, birthdays, Mondays, as if time itself will make discipline easier. But December 31st, you is the same person as January 1st you. Nothing changes except the calendar. If this goal was real, you wouldn't need January to begin. You'd have started in September. 3. You're relying on motivation that only exists in the moment. Right now, the idea of change feels exciting. But that feeling is temporary. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions don't last. By week 2, when excitement fades and work gets hard, you're left with nothing. Resolutions fail because they're built on temporary feelings, not sustainable systems. 4. You're setting goals for who you wish you were, not who you actually are. You write, "wake up at 5 a.m." when you've never been a morning person. Go to the gym 5 times a week when you hate gyms. If the goal doesn't align with your personality, it will always feel like an obligation. Obligations create guilt. Guilt creates shame. And shame makes people quit. 5. Resolutions are easier than admitting the real problem. You say you want to lose weight, but the real issue is you're using food to cope with stress. You say you want to save money, but the real problem is filling an emotional void with purchases. Resolutions let you focus on surface fixes instead of confronting what's underneath. 6. Vague goals are almost impossible to succeed at. Get healthy. What does that mean? How do you measure it? When do you do it? But if you commit to walk 15 minutes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m., you're infinitely more likely to succeed. Specificity works. 20% of people succeed because they know exactly what they're doing, when, and why. 7. You're confusing the idea of change with the commitment to change. Thinking about being better feels productive. Writing it down feels like progress. Telling people about it feels like you're already doing something. But psychology distinguishes between intention and commitment. Intention is what you want. Commitment is what you're willing to sacrifice. The announcement itself gives you the dopamine hit that actual change would require months to earn. Most resolutions never move past intention because intention feels good. Commitment feels hard. Here's the truth. Most resolutions are performative, for Instagram, for the group chat. But announcing isn't wrong. It means you care about who you become. The real problem is this. Are you doing this for you or for how it looks? That single question changes everything. If you're doing it for you, real, deeply for you, then setbacks aren't failures. They're data. You adjust. You try again. But if you're doing it because you think you should, the first hard day will destroy you. So ask yourself 3 questions before you make another resolution. Question 1. Is this goal aligned with who I actually am? Question 2. Am I doing this for me or for how it looks? Question 3. What's the smallest version of this goal I could start today? Those three questions do more than a year of willpower ever could. Real change doesn't start on January 1st. It starts when you get honest about what you actually want. Not what you think you should want, but what you actually want. That's where everything changes.